Hey there, Blade Ball fans! Welcome to the chaos where the ball's not just a ball. It's a death sentence if you're not quick enough. Blade Ball is all about survival of the slickest. When that ball locks onto you and turns red, it's game on. If you can't deflect it, you're out. And guess what? The player who last sent it your way is walking away with your coins. Brutal, right? But hey, those coins aren't just for show. You can use them to unlock some seriously game-changing abilities to keep you alive or make your enemies regret ever stepping onto the battlefield. And speaking of abilities, have you checked out the latest ones from the v6.6 update? Oh yeah, we're talking about Fracture, a fresh new addition that's here to shake things up. Whether you're dodging, deflecting, or downright destroying, this ability could be your secret weapon to dominate the arena. Stick around, because we're diving into all the juicy details and strategies you'll need to become the ultimate Blade Ball champion. Let's go! I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking abilities in Blade Ball. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. The abilities in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Waypoint, Quad Jump, and Platform. Alright, let's talk about some of the abilities in Blade Ball that, well, let's just say they're a bit less than stellar. These abilities are kind of like that one friend who always shows up to the party but doesn't really add much to the vibe. But hey, maybe there's a hidden charm to them. So let's dive into the D tier abilities that honestly could use a little more pizzazz. First up, we've got Waypoint. Now, this one sounds pretty cool in theory, right? You place a sword marker on the ground and then poof, you teleport to it. But here's the kicker. It's locked behind the ultimate blade pack, meaning you're already dealing with a bit of a barrier to access it. And the real kicker? You can't upgrade it. You're stuck with a one-time use teleportation ability that doesn't really provide that much value, especially when compared to other abilities that offer more flexibility and upgrades. Next is Quad Jump, and it's exactly what it sounds like. A passive ability that gives you an extra 2 jumps, bringing your total up to 4. Now, I can't knock it entirely. Extra jumps are always nice for dodging and keeping opponents on their toes. But honestly, this ability doesn't change the game that much. Sure, it's great to have a little more airtime, but when you're up against abilities that can deal damage or change the battlefield, Quad Jump kind of feels like a small bonus rather than a game changer. Plus, it's passive, so there's not much strategy involved. Last but definitely not least, we've got Platform. This one lets you create a platform out of the earth to stand on high in the sky. Sounds epic, right? Well, it does cost 450 coins, and the upgrades are decent. 225 coins for the first, 450 for the second. But honestly, once you're up there, what are you really doing with it? It's not the worst ability out there, but it doesn't exactly change the flow of a match. Plus, standing on a platform doesn't always give you the advantage you might think, especially when enemies can just keep their distance and attack from below. So yeah, these D-tier abilities aren't necessarily terrible, but they do fall short of the high-flying, fast-paced action that Blade Ball is known for. If you're looking for something with a little more punch or flexibility, you might want to pass on these. But hey, sometimes the underdog shines when you least expect it. The abilities in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Doppelganger not upgraded, Luck, Martyrdom, Phase Bypass, Serpent Shadow Clone, Swap, Telekinesis, and Super Jump. Alright, let's dive straight into the abilities you can use in Blade Ball if you're stuck in the C tier. Now, before you start thinking that C tier means lame, just hang tight because we've got some sneaky moves here that can really shake things up. First up, we have Doppelganger. This one's a bit of a wild card. You spawn a clone of yourself and poof, you go invisible. It's a perfect escape plan or sneaky way to outsmart your opponents. The best part? When you upgrade it, you get a faster cooldown, an extra hit, and even speed up the ball when it hits something. You can toggle between follow and idle states with a single button press too, which makes it super versatile for any situation. So if you're feeling a little cheeky, this one's for you. Next, let's talk about Luck, which is a passive ability. What does it do? Well, it gives you a chance to avoid being targeted by the ball. At first, it's a small chance, but if you upgrade it, you can get up to a 50% chance to divert the ball. That's some serious luck. So, if you're the type of player who likes to rely on randomness and who doesn't, right? This could be your secret weapon. Now, if you're more into the dramatic side of things, Martyrdom might be up your alley. This one's passive too, and it activates when you die. You explode into a burst of energy, causing the ball to get a debuff and slow down your killer. It's like a last-ditch revenge move. And just when you think it's already powerful, you can upgrade it for even faster speed and reduced charge time. So even in death, you're causing chaos. Phase Bypass is a little different. It's exclusive to those who've purchased the Cyber Pack. When activated, you phase out of reality and zoom around at crazy speeds for a few seconds. And here's the kicker. Once you're re-anchored to reality, it's like you've time traveled through the entire match. Unfortunately, no upgrades here, but that speed boost makes it worth the price tag. Let's keep the ball rolling, pun intended, with Serpent Shadow Clone. You get this ability when you defeat the Serpent, and it allows you to summon a clone to fight alongside you. The clone is pretty solid, and when you upgrade it, it becomes your trusty wingman. So, if you're a fan of extra firepower, this is a great option to consider. Next, there's Swap. This ability lets you switch places with another player after a short windup. It's like swapping your position for theirs, and it can throw off your opponents completely. It's a fun one to use when you want to mess with your enemy's plans. And, just like the others, it's upgradable, making it even more reliable and fast. Now, Telekinesis is all about control. This ability stops the ball in its tracks and allows you to change its target, even speeding it up. If you're the kind of player who likes to manipulate the flow of the game, this one is your perfect tool. With upgrades, you can make it even more powerful, boosting the ball's speed and target control. It's all about dominating the field. Lastly, we've got Super Jump. It's as simple as it sounds. You jump ridiculously high in the air. Whether you're dodging, reaching an enemy, or just showing off, it's a lot of fun to use. And it's easy to upgrade too, so you can jump higher and more often for a small coin cost. It's like having your own personal trampoline in a game full of action. So there you have it. C-tier abilities might not be the flashiest, but with the right upgrades and timing, they can definitely turn the tide of a match. Whether you're teleporting, swapping, or just jumping around, there's plenty of ways to have fun and make the most out of these abilities. Keep experimenting, and you might just find your new favorite strategy. The abilities in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Blade Trap, Freeze, Raging Deflect, Phantom, Pulse, Invisibility, Thunder Dash, Freeze Trap, Wind Cloak, Shadow Step, Blink, and Dash. Alright, let's dive into the world of Blade Ball abilities, specifically the B-tier abilities. These are the ones that aren't as flashy as the S-tier stuff, but trust me, they've got their own charm and usefulness. Some of these might just surprise you, so buckle up. First up, we've got Blade Trap. It's a sneaky little ability where you lay down a trap that grabs the ball as soon as it gets too close. The best part? It makes the ball go faster when it explodes. It's perfect for creating some chaos in the arena. If you're looking to spice things up, the upgrades boost the speed and range, plus reduce the cooldown. So, it's a trap you can use more often. Next, Freeze. If you love playing mind games, this one's for you. You freeze the ball in place until it gets parried or 5 seconds are up. It's super handy when you're up against players who love to keep that ball flying all over the place. The upgrades make it even more efficient, lowering costs and extending the duration. If you've got 2,000 coins to spare, it's a solid investment. Now, let's talk about Raging Deflect. This one's a bit more on the aggressive side, where you get to prepare a supercharged deflection that sends the ball speeding like a rocket. It costs 4,000 coins, but with upgrades it gets better, more deflect power and a lower cooldown. It's like the Hulk smash of Blade Ball abilities. For the tricksters, Phantom is a blast. This ability lets you teleport right behind your target, slowing them down. It's like a little ghostly move that can throw off your opponents in the most epic way. Plus, if you unlock Blade Ball Phantom, it's a pretty cool addition to your ability arsenal. Then we have Pulse. This one's all about control, baby. You release a pulse that disables your opponent's abilities for a short time. The upgrades extend the duration, and the second upgrade even gives it an Electro Pulse reskin. If you're looking to mess with your opponent's strategy, this is definitely the way to go. Let's not forget about invisibility. Who doesn't love going ghost mode, right? With this ability, you can become invisible, and the ball won't even be able to target you. It's super useful for getting away from sticky situations, and with the upgrades, you get more invisibility time, making it harder for your enemies to track you down. Next, we've got Thunder Dash. This one's all about speed. You teleport at lightning speed in the direction you're moving. It's perfect for quickly getting out of danger or making a surprise attack. Upgrades? They reduce the cooldown so you can dash around the arena like a flash. Freeze Trap is another solid choice for slowing things down. It's basically a trap that freezes anyone who steps too close. You can use it to block paths or keep opponents at bay. It's simple but effective, especially when combined with some of the faster abilities you might have. And finally, Wind Cloak. If you're looking to zoom around, this one's for you. It boosts your speed and jump height for a decent duration. It's like a little wind-powered jetpack, and the upgrades make it even faster and stronger. So, if you want to turn into the fastest player on the field, grab this ability and watch your speed soar. There you have it, some of the B-tier abilities in Blade Ball. While they might not be the showstoppers, they can still turn the tide in your favor with the right timing and strategy. So, what's your favorite B-tier ability? Let me know in the comments. The abilities in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Encrypted Clone, Chieftain's Totem, Continuity Zero, Chi Charge, Hell Hook, Force, Titan Blade, Tact, Flash Counter, Misfortune, Pull, Rapture, Death Slash, Force Field, and Scopophobia. Alright, let's dive into the wild and wacky world of Blade Ball, where the stakes are high and the abilities are even higher. So we're talking A-tier abilities today. These are the power plays, the game changers, the ones that could turn the tide of any match. Let's break them down and see what kind of havoc you can unleash. First up, we have Encrypted Clone. Now, this ability is perfect if you're all about keeping your opponents guessing. You spawn a clone that mimics your every move, but there's a catch. It only passes the ball back to you. The best part? You can toggle between your clone being idle or following you, so you can trick your opponents, waiting for that perfect moment to strike. Plus, with upgrades, your clone becomes faster and lasts longer. It's like having a backup plan that looks exactly like you. Then there's Chieftain's Totem. This one's all about buffing yourself and your teammates while slowing down the enemies. It's like having your own personal hype man in totem form. The first upgrade boosts the parry strength and speed, but it doesn't stop there. With the second upgrade, you get the Fire Totem, which turns the heat up, slowing enemies even more while making you faster and stronger. Talk about a game-changing totem. Next, we have Continuity Zero, which might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie. You drop a portal that only you can see, and with a second press, the ball gets teleported to it. It's a sneaky little move that can catch your opponents off guard. Think of it as a teleportation hack for your ball. You can snatch it from anywhere, anytime. For those of you who love speed and parry strength, Chi Charge is your new best friend. It lets you charge up an aura that boosts your parry strength and speed. Plus, with upgrades, you get faster charge times and the ability to parry while charging. That's right, you can charge up your powers and still block attacks. You're basically a one-person powerhouse. Now, Hell Hook. This ability is a crowd favorite. Who wouldn't want a hook that pulls enemies straight toward you? It's like playing tug of war with your foes. And when you upgrade it, not only does the cooldown get shorter, but you also get an Infernal Chains ability reskin, which increases the stun time. So, hook them, stun them, and take control of the match. Let's talk about Force. This one's for players who love to cause chaos. You unleash 3 shockwaves that launch nearby players away. It's like an instant crowd control move, pushing opponents out of your way so you can set up your next big play. And with upgrades, you can make those shockwaves even more disruptive. Titan Blade, the ultimate power move for those who love going big or going home. Activate it, and you wield a massive glowing golden sword. The best part? Your parry hitboxes get way bigger, and each swing makes the ball go faster. If you're looking to dominate the field, this is the ability for you. You'll feel unstoppable as you slice through the competition. Now, if you're more of a precision player, Tact is your secret weapon. This passive ability allows you to curve the ball further when parrying it. It's all about those extra inches to make sure the ball goes exactly where you want it. For anyone who loves a good curveball, this is a game changer. Flash Counter is another ability that can turn the tables quickly. When used, you lock your opponent in place and return their ball to them. It's the ultimate counter move, especially when you're dealing with aggressive players who think they have the upper hand. One upgrade, and you can make it even deadlier. And last, but certainly not least, we have Misfortune. This one's a bit sneaky. It's a passive ability that gives you a higher chance of the ball coming to you. But here's the kicker. With the upgrade, that chance gets even higher, meaning you'll find yourself always in the right place at the right time. So there you have it, A-tier abilities in Blade Ball. Whether you're pulling off sneaky clones, charging up with Chi Charge, or swinging a Titan Blade like a true warrior, these abilities are the ones that'll take your gameplay to the next level. Which one are you most excited to try out? Let me know in the comments. The abilities in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Slashes of Fury, Slash of Duality, Infinity, Fracture, Aerodynamic Slash, Golden Ball, Bounty, Bunny Leap, Singularity, Dragon Spirit, Time Hole, Absolute Confidence, Doppelganger Upgraded, Dribble, Calming Deflection, Quantum Arena, Reaper, Guardian Angel, and Necromancer. Alright. If you're diving into Blade Ball, then buckle up because we're about to break down the most OP abilities in the game. Forget the usual strategy, we're talking S-tier abilities that are not just fun, they're game changers. So grab your controller because we're about to kick some serious ball. And maybe even your opponent's butts. First up, let's talk about Slashes of Fury. Picture this. You're racing toward the ball, the speed's insane, and then bam! Just when your opponents think they're safe, you stop the ball dead in its tracks. Then, you unleash a flurry of slashes to send that ball flying, and you get to choose how fast it goes. It's like you're the one controlling the game's tempo. With the first upgrade, you even get extra player speed, a longer duration, and the ball follows you. Pretty sweet, huh? Next, we've got Slash of Duality. This ability lets you decide whether you want to hit with a light or dark slash. Each one has a unique effect on the ball. I mean, who wouldn't want to double the trouble? And the upgrade? Oh, it's a game changer. You get access to a dual slash, combining both effects for a crazy power boost. Plus, it comes with a lower cooldown. You can literally go from calm to chaos in seconds. But here's where it gets wild: Infinity. If you're lucky enough to get this one, you activate an aura that literally locks the ball in place if it hits you during the mode. That's right, you're just standing there looking all cool, and suddenly, no one can get the ball past you. No upgrades here though, this one's all about the pure power of that aura. It's rare, and trust me, you'll feel invincible when you have it. Then there's Fracture, and it's just as cool as it sounds. With one slice, you split the ball into two, sending them toward different enemies. And if that extra ball eliminates someone, it disappears like magic. Talk about double trouble. When you upgrade it, you get a shorter cooldown and a 10% speed buff. Who said cutting things in half wasn't fun? Let's not forget Aerodynamic Slash. If you want to send that ball soaring, this is your go-to ability. You hit the ball and it spirals up into the sky, crashing down at insane speeds. It's like a superpowered version of your regular slash with the added bonus of speed and lower cooldown with upgrades. So, more speed, less waiting. It's a win-win. Oh, and here's a fun one. Golden Ball. It's a passive ability, meaning it just happens automatically. Once you eliminate an enemy, the ball doesn't respawn. But here's the kicker. Upon elimination, the ball temporarily speeds up by 15%. You keep the ball in play longer, and it gets faster. It's like the game saying, yeah, you're on a roll, keep going. Now, if you like to play strategically, Bounty will be your best friend. You claim a player as your bounty, and suddenly, your parries hit harder when they're around. You'll get some serious power-ups, and with the upgrades, you can even add more bounties to the list, plus more coins when you eliminate your target. It's like the game gives you a mission, and you're the one out there collecting rewards. Bunny Leap is one of those abilities that makes you feel like a total boss. You leap into the air, slam into the ground, and trap nearby opponents in a cute little egg. But don't let the bunny vibes fool you. This move also deflects the ball if it's nearby. Upgraded, you can do a series of smaller hops before the big leap, and with a lower cooldown, you'll be hopping all over the place, confusing your enemies. And for those who want to get really tactical, Singularity is the one to grab. You cause the ball to gravitate towards you and shoot it out at extreme velocities. It's a great way to control the ball and make sure it's always coming your way. You can always trust gravity, right? Lastly, we've got Dragon Spirit, and if you love a bit of mystical flair, this one's for you. Summon a Dragon Spirit to attack the ball and retarget it. It's a perfect way to keep your opponents on their toes. And the upgrade? Extra duration and a shorter cooldown. It's like the dragon's got your back. So there you have it, some of the most powerful abilities in Blade Ball. Whether you're slashing your way through enemies, controlling the ball, or summoning mythical creatures, these S-tier abilities will make sure you're always the one in control. Try them out and watch how quickly you dominate the game. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.